Well, hello, SPAC friends and family. It's shortly after 2 o'clock here on the West Coast, and it's Tuesday. So, it must be time for SPAC Chat. We are gearing up for SPAC 2026, folks. It is going to be absolutely incredible. Now, just so you know, there is a flurry of emails coming in to SPAC and myself. So if you haven't gotten a reply yet, just be patient. I'm working my way through all of the emails I've received. A few notes really quick off the top. Today, we are going to be giving you a sneak peek of our pre-conference tracks. Corey, what is a pre-conference track? A pre-conference track is a intensive. It's 5 hours of one single subject. It allows the presenters to get through a lot of information that builds on each other. So no, you can't go to two of them. You got to figure out which one is best for you. We're going to be running through those speakers. They're going to tell you a little bit about what they're offering in their pre-conference tracks. Pre-conference tracks are additional on top of your regular SPAC registration. If you want to add a pre-con track, we have few spots available in many of our sessions. So please email me immediately so we can get you added. We have space limited on these sessions. And as you all saw the announcement last week, we have added a Pick Snub workshop, and we'll be talking with Brian Averett here shortly. So that was added just lately last week, like I said. So if you want to add that, let me know. One other thing, everyone's asking me, Corey, what about the discounted hotel rooms? Folks, that's on our website, the very top of our website, a big bright yellow banner. Click there, you'll get the link. It puts the code automatically in there for you. So you'll get the discounted room rate as well as the discounted resort fee, which really will save you a lot of money. We are really close to being sold out of hotel rooms, folks. So if you have not booked your room, don't delay. Make sure you do it today. Okay, I'm going to bring on our host, Calvin Harrell. Hi, Calvin. How are you today?
Well, hello, Miss Corey. I hope you're doing well.
Well, it's warmer today. We finally see the blue sky.
Yeah, we've been talking about the West Coast. We've been at 40 degrees in the Bay Area for the past few weeks, and it is not a common thing. And literally 45 minutes away, it's 60, 80 degrees, 60, 70 degrees. It's crazy. Hello, folks. Hope everybody's doing well in this final week of the year for many of us, because next week is Christmas week. SPAC chat will not be on next week. Please give patience during the holiday season also, because Corey and her team have to have a break, a little bit of a break. They'll be working, but there's a little bit of a break. And we are, I think, 35 days out from SPAC 2026. This looks like it's lining up to be one of the best conferences we've ever had. Every year it seems to get better. We've got more vendors this year, a larger exhibit area. We've got attendee accounts are up. It's just, and Corey just gave you the warning about hotel rooms are going fast, and we have a certain block. Once we run out of that block, we may not be able to get the same rates because the hotel, they do get booked with the motorcycle show and a variety of other things during the course of the week that we're there. So today we're dealing with pre-con, as Ms. Corey has shared, and we're going to bring folks up to introduce themselves, tell us what part of the country they're from, and then we'll kick them back behind screen once they give us that brief information, who they are, what company they're with, and what part of the country they're in. And then when we bring them back on, they're going to be able to share with us more information about the details for their particular presentation at the pre-con. That would be what day it's going to be, what room it's going to be, what subject matter is going to be. Let's just hope they all kept notes. So let's get started with Ms. Joyce. Go ahead and share with us where you're from and what company you're with.
Hi, Joyce Crandall, and I am from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and I am with Focus School of Photography.
Outstanding. Everett?
Yeah, Brian Avery here from North Carolina. I am with Photo Day Zombies.
The Photo Day Zombies. Okay. Hey, Jay, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Jay Boatwright, Smacks Photography, Atlanta, Georgia.
Great. Alex
Yes, Alex Ellis, Southern California, with Paris Memory Party.
and Miss Ann.
Hi, I'm Ann Hull from Oklahoma City with Focus School Photography.
Oh, wonderful. Mr. Homerding, we know your name.
Yes. Mark Hummerding. I'm from Ypsilanti, Michigan, and I'm with schoolpictures.com.
Wonderful. Mike Norkin, we know yours too.
Yes, there we go. Mike Norkin, Cherished Memories Photography, Lake Elsinore, California.
Fantastic. Claudia.
Hi, Claudia Denser from St. Augustine, Florida, from Leonard's Photography.
All right, we covered everybody. Let's drop behind screen and let's get started with the first group. Is we're going to talk about PicSnub. Corey, did we get everybody on that intro? That's the question. I think we did. All right, let's get busy with the PicSnub. You know, in the last few days, we had some requests and some asks, and then over the past, I guess, week, maybe 10 days, we were able to put together another pre-con session that really digs deep into the PicSnub world. We got the head zombie editor in charge. Brian is going to share with us some information about his seminar.
Thank you, Calvin. Yeah, I'm definitely really excited to return back to SPAC to cover one of my favorite topics, which is automating for the post-processing world. When it comes to post-processing, I'm sure a lot of us started somewhere. It's where we edit so many that in the end, we feel like zombies when we're done editing everything by hand. So PicSnub is this amazing automation tool that allows you to really take charge of your post-processing to allow you to automate the finished images, right? So you can go to sleep at night or drink coffee as thousands of images are being pushed out. Now, these powerful tools, you know, they're not always very easy to use. So what I'm excited to do is actually teach and train and try to mentor users who really want to become powerhouse users with PicSnub. And, you know, one thing I do want to stress, this is not a simple training. This is a workshop. So definitely bring your laptop, bring an automation workflow that you struggle with. Like, I'm going to get down and dirty with all of the major plugins so that you can really understand from start to finish how to best create the best workflow for you to be able to succeed.
Outstanding. What day and time, and how do they sign up for your session?
So it is a pre-con, and it is going to take place. I believe you go to the SPAC website, SPACUSA.org, I believe it is. I'm sorry, I don't know it off the top of my head. But where you register, they also you can register for the pre-con there as well. It is not included with the normal SPAC, but it is worth every penny. Now, it is going to be on Wednesday. It is from 8:30 to, I believe, 3:30. I do talk a lot, and I will meet people one-on-one after the fact if we do run out of time, because I want to make sure that you guys know exactly what you need to succeed.
Good. Is there a limitation to the number of seats? Should people jump on it now if they have any thought of doing it?
Yes. So due to this being a workshop and how in-depth and in detail we're going to get with everything, it's only limited to 40 seats. So it's going to be first come, first serve. If you really want to get that deep understanding, then I highly recommend you sign up for it. And you're going to get that one-on-one. You're going to get that collaboration with everybody else in the room. And it's just going to be an amazing time.
That's worth the entire trip going to Vegas to learn all of that as it relates to the workflow process. Brian, thank you so much. And thank you for being one of our volunteer educators. We need you, and you're here to support the industry. And that's what this organization is about. So thank you so much. Corey, we're moving on to Schools 101 with Joyce Crandall, Ann Hall, and Claudia Denser. Hi, folks. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Can you tell Ann and I had our holiday party today?
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
Yeah, we're
all
in
right,
the
share with us what you guys are going to be doing and how your seminar session, how's it line up in Schools 101? Is that a pre-con?
It is a pre-con. So we are set up for, I believe, Wednesday from 8:30 to 3 o'clock. We would love for everybody to join us. So a little bit about Ann and I, and then if Claudia is able to talk, I'll let you talk. If you're
I am able to talk. I just can't hear Calvin, so you're gonna have to guide me.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I'll text you or do sign language. So A little bit, Ann and I. Ann and I have been in the school business like almost 30 years for myself, Ann, since you were a baby.
Well over 20.
Yeah, just since you were a baby. We are both in the corporate world from that blue world that we won't talk about, but we opened our business back in 2017, I believe.
Ooh.
So we built this from nothing. So starting from ground zero, from, how do you even get your LLC? We had to build our own contract. What equipment do we buy? What camera do we buy? Everything from a workflow system. What lab do we use? So we started from absolutely nothing, which was, we had a lot of nights crying, but we learned a lot of lessons that we want to share with others. So that is a little bit about our history and where we come from. But going into this class, what we would really like to do is everybody to take away from our mistakes and our big lessons that we learned. If you're from a wedding business, if you have done family pictures, or if you've done seniors and you're looking at the volume world to say, hey, I think I want to do that, I highly recommend do not do that unless you do your homework, because it is not a simple, easy area of business, let's just say. So we're going to talk about contracts. We're going to talk about systems to put in place, service items. I wrote down a few here. We're going to talk about commission and how not to pay commission. Isn't that crazy? How to do your best not to pay commission. We're going to talk about photography and equipment. What do you need to buy? Claudia is going to talk about security and data and images and those things that you need to be safe and secure, and background checks, so you're out of trouble and you're not on the 9 o'clock news. Schedule, calendar, how to rebook and how to rebook early, and that 1 4 or 5 letter word called sales. How do you do that? So we're going to start from the beginning to LLC. What do you need to do? What insurance do you need? And go all the way through to the end of what you need to do to set yourself up successfully. So, and I know I left some things out.
No, but they're going to get that when they come to the session. So, but in a big picture thing, you said you came from a Big Blue. That was a photo industry company, was it not? Okay, so you didn't start with nothing. You started with a foundation of knowledge.
It's all up here.
That is a priceless component to what you've been able to do in this short period, and literally in 8 years. So, congratulations on that element. But one of the important things that I want to point out for anybody that's listening is that getting started right with the type of mentorship that these people are going to provide through their 101, through the Pick Snub, through all of these pre-cons and through the conference will catapult you to faster success. Believe me, everybody's made the mistakes that you are going to make if you try to do it on your own. It's always better to have somebody that you see in partnership, at least from a mentorship standpoint, somebody you can bounce ideas off of and get on the right path. It's easy to go down the wrong one. Trust and believe. So these people will help with that. Hey, Claudia, share with us. Are you a part of that entire session? Claudia can't hear me still.
Can she?
That's terrible.
So I can speak for Claudia. Oh, wait.
Thank you. Or I can speak, but I can't hear Calvin. So if you ask something, I have no idea what you said.
We're going, Joyce, you relay the message to her.
Yeah, Claudia, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, yes.
Okay, so you're part of it as far as speaking about it, as far as your experience bringing to this class.
Yes. So I am going to really talk about the schedule. How do you schedule? How do you build your schedule based on the amount of schools that you have or you hope to grow to? How to adjust accordingly, not only from the hiring of the photographers, but how to go through that. Like Doris said, just the data security, but not only that, but the background checks on the sides of the photographers and whoever is working with schools and your business and the students. And just the growth from there, because it can be really tricky and you want to do it as smartly as humanly possible. And there's a lot of things that I've learned. I've been in the business for 27 years now. And I think that there is a lot we have to go through. And I know there's going to be some great questions from the audience, but there's a lot with the scheduling and contracts and how to set up yourself for success in the school market.
Outstanding. Outstanding. And did you have anything to add? Because you and Joyce work right there close to each other. And I don't know if you're going to add to it. Ann?
I think as an overview of what to expect, I think Joyce did a great job of explaining all the aspects of it. I will chime in a lot on the photography pieces of it and kind of how to get started from a consistency standpoint for yearbook guidelines and standards of the expectations that the schools have, how to grow from 1 rig of equipment to 2 and 25 rigs of equipment, and kind of covering those pieces of it as well.
That's a lot. It's a lot. So thank you very much, ladies. We appreciate your engagement. Of course, we more than appreciate your volunteering to run that particular seminar on that day. So thanks so much. All right, let's move over to sports now. Corey, can we get the sports presenters there? Oh, Mr. Boatwright.
Yes, sir.
You are well known for your sports engagement. So we need to know what you're going to talk about in the sports segment of the pre-cons.
Okay, so I'm going to be partnering with Dave Stock. We're Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Before I forget, I want to get that out of the way. Wednesday at 8:30. So I'll be with I would say he's my mentor, Dave Stock. So 15 years ago, I went to I attended one of Dave's classes, and we had basically 0 sales. And from that point, taking Dave's classes, 15 years later, we're the largest sports photography studio in Atlanta, and we're well over a 7-figure revenue a year. And we've really just taken what he taught us and, just blew it up. And so it's an honor for me to be with Dave, because he's, as you know, he's a savant. I mean, the guy has more wealth, more knowledge of photography than I could ever dream of having. And I've just, and listening to him speak, as you know, Calvin, it's just love listening to him talk. He's a great speaker. So we've kind of went on our separate ways. He's more of a high school photographer. He does school sports, scholastic sports. I mainly focus on rec sports. So we have 2 different ways we've started this volume photography business, 2 different routes, and both of them very successful. And I think that we have a lot to offer. If you're looking for a sports photography, how to get a business started, this is the place to be. And whether you're just starting out or you want to blow your studio up, it's going to be a great class.
It's going to be a real challenge, because many of the folks that will be joining the PixNub seminar will have to figure out which one they're going to go to. It's always best. And people think that, we say it from a standpoint of increasing attendance. That's not really the purpose that we say you need to bring at least 2 people. It's really because the volume of information it's so much. It's so copious that it's hard to gather as much information as is being dumped on you. It's like drinking from a fire hose. It's kind of hard to get a nice clean glass of water out of a fire hose. So do consider it. And we recognize absolutely that there is a cost, especially for the small photographer. There is a cost. It's a couple $1,000s to go to SPAC, without question. That couple $1,000s will multiply many, many, many times as a result of your attendance and engagement with the people that'll be providing these types of pre-conference seminars, as well as our general session. You saw it pop up there. There is 89 hours of education. That is the largest educational component of any conference that I'm aware of. So we're very blessed to have the type of people to volunteer to put this thing together as they have. All right, Jay, we want to thank you, sir, for your continued commitment to the betterment of the industry.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good one. All right, Miss Corey, we got to move on to volume 202. This is an advanced class. This is for the people that know what they're doing and want to scale up. And we've got some superstars. All of them have been superstars, but these folks are in another space with the volume of business that they do, and they're going to tell us what's happening. Mark, why don't we get started with you?
So my fellow teachers, Mike and Alex, and also Dave, who's not on the screen right now, we've done this for a few years. After you've kind of, if you're beyond where Joyce and Claudia and Ann are, where you've picked out your cameras, you've picked out your lab, and you've kind of been doing this for a little bit, and you're looking to look to ways to grow and what kind of plateaus and kind of stop points you're going to have in your growth, then we're probably the class for you. Each of our companies, we've grown a lot in the past couple of years, and we're pretty aggressive. All of us have grown pretty aggressively, and we've hit these kind of growth plateaus. And we talk how to work your way through them and kind of how to structure your business as you grow. And when you triple your volume, you can't triple the amount of time you're working. You can't go from 8 hours a day to 24 hours a day. So what do you do? How do you get more people, and what's kind of structure, and how do you put them in place?
Fantastic. Alex?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, Volume 202 is really all about the scalability, right? How do you take your product and your work and scale it up to the next level? We're going to be talking about so many great things, from budgets to the systems that we have in place to the word SOP, standard operating procedures, right? A lot of us started with just with us thinking about everything. How do you actually extract that information from your head and get it to the rest of your team? Ultimately, from that to labor tracking and techniques to push your team to the next level. We realize that all of us can't be photographers every day. We have to step up to be the CEOs or the C-suite in order for our business to get onto the next level.
Well, and with that, we also have to recognize, for those that want to grow a business beyond what I define as the hustle,
Right.
beyond the hustle, something that's sustainable, you have to be able to have standard operating procedures
Yep.
so that you can bring on personnel, train them swiftly, teach them swiftly. People
Yep.
don't want to be told they're being trained. So teach them swiftly about processes that you use within your organization. There's no other way that you're going to be able to scale effectively.
No,
So
exactly. Yep.
some of the stuff that you guys, I've sat and I've watched and I've listened to each of you in different types of environments, in different sessions. The information that you share is absolutely invaluable to anybody, and especially those that want to grow their business. Hey, Mike, jump on in here, man, because you came on the scene and just kind of boom, boom, West Coast, Central. What
In
is
the house? Let's go. I'm just glad that Alex lets me work in the company every day. I'm so grateful that I have a job. It's just I wake up so blessed, and I pinch myself every day and go, man, how was I fortunate to lock this down? But at the end of the day, what Mark and Alex said is so on point, and I think the number one thing that I want everyone to understand if they attend our class is that we are going to teach you how to work on your business and not work in your business, right? And that's really, once you get to a certain threshold, you need to remove yourself from the day-to-day, being the wire wrapper and the photographer and the cargo loader and the inventory taker, and you need to start planning where your business is going and how you're going to get there. And the nice thing about what Mark, Alex, Rob, Dave, and I will talk about during our session, we're actually going to pull back the curtains and we're going to show you everything. There's really nothing that we don't talk about. We don't just have a class that talks about all the great things that we do and how amazing our businesses are. We're going to talk about our losses. We're going to talk about the mistakes. We're going to talk about the pain, the blood, the sweat, and the tears that has been put into our businesses. And my collective 25 years, Mark is at least double that. Look at them. And then you got everybody else. We got a couple 100 years worth of experience teaching this class. We call him the professor for a reason. And so at the end of the day, there may be an F meter in the back because Mark likes to swear from the dais, and so we have to manage all of that. But if you want to learn, you want to have fun, you want to be part of a group that will have a good bond and rapport, and really kind of see the magic of our industry. To what Calvin was saying earlier, SPAC is an incredible organization that puts on just a fantastic and best first-in-class type of conference, something that I haven't missed since 2011. We welcome you there. We are ready, willing, and able to share anything that you would like to know about our industry, and we hope that you will join us.
Yes.
And the concept of working on the business, not in the business, is the most apropos of all. We get so much in the grind, especially when we're younger, our businesses are younger and smaller. We get so much into the grind of the day-to-day, we can't even sit back, look at from a helicopter view and say, what is it that I can offset? One of the things that I have always used is, if I am packaging pictures and I can pay somebody $15, $18, $20 an hour 2 package pitchers, then my rate of compensation for that day should be $15 or $18 or $20. It shouldn't be what I should expect as daily compensation for a business owner or for a senior manager or whatever other term people want to use. So you have to learn how to let go of those things that you can. And the sooner you learn to do that, the better you're going to be, as well as you're going to be able to cause growth to your organization, to your entity, if that's what you desire.
Yeah.
Say, guys, I really appreciate you. I think I'll be sitting in on some of these sessions, as I typically do. I really appreciate you volunteering. Every single year, you guys come together and say, what can we do to support? And that's invaluable. So, Mark, Alex, and Mike, thank you so very much for your commitment.
You're welcome.
Hey,
Our pleasure.
I just jumped on because I want to give Mike, he is a special thank you. Mike and Chris Garcia are our co-chairpersons for our Tuesday Atomic Golf excursion. If you've never been, think Top Golf. It's very much the same. We provide the transportation to and from. Richmond Printing has stepped up as an event sponsor, so we want to thank Richmond, as well as we've got Dundalk Photos and SPOA and a few other vendors that will be holding bays. Now, what do I mean by bays? It's a golf bay, and the games change. Each vendor can choose what game they want to play, and then Richmond will be sponsoring the longest drive hole. We even have a cannon that shoots the golf ball from a cannon. I didn't do it last year. Did either one of you, Mike or Alex, do the cannon?
No, I missed it.
Yeah,
I was having too much fun, apparently.
Okay, well, it includes food and drink and a lot of community networking. So if you want to add that Tuesday golf excursion, you can still do that as well. We also have the Valley of Fire excursion with just a few openings left. And we have some openings also on the Neon Graveyard for Tuesday evening.
Hey, Corey,
Okay.
can I just
Before you
add?
go further, Corey,
Yeah.
Mike, you're in charge. Is there any way we can exclude the winner for last year's longest ball? Because, Mr. Rack doesn't play ball. TJ doesn't golf. He walked up, never swinging a club, and had the longest drive.
So I don't know if that speaks to his athleticism or just how bad the photographic community is at playing golf. Either way, I have no problem beating up and putting TJ back in his place. But one of the things I wanted to point out and just double down on what Corey was just stating, you have an opportunity. This is not for golfers per se. You don't have to be a golfer to come. And so I would encourage you, because you're getting one-on-one opportunities to talk to the photographers and the vendors that are there to get real world experience. If you figure we're going to be there for 4 hours together in a very small space where we can strategize and talk about different business happenstance, as well as have fun, eat, drink, and have a good time. So please, whether you're a golfer or not, make sure that you have the availability to join us. Bring your questions. This is a great opportunity for us to have a great conversation, because once Wednesday gets here and the other 900 people show up, it becomes significantly harder to have a one-on-one conversation for more than 30 seconds. And by the time Thursday comes, my voice is completely gone. I can't even talk, and I just want to go home. So by getting to us on Tuesday, get you an opportunity to really get some real attention and real help, opposed to waiting until later in the week.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let me bring everybody on so we can wish everybody, thank everybody, and wish everybody. Oh, I by accident hit Mark twice. Whoopsie. There's Jay. Okay. I want to thank all of you guys for your time today, as well as all of our speakers. Again, I like to tell everybody in the organization and the industry that SPAC is a nonprofit group. Our board of directors, our speakers, and everybody who works and volunteers stuffing badges, they are all volunteers. So I want to thank them, because without them, this is not possible.
Wait, this is volunteer?
Mark, you want to golf?
Oh, Mark didn't read the paperwork. That's not like Mark. I don't understand.
Come on, Professor.
It was an invitation, Mark. Oh, yeah. Thank you, you guys, again. and it is, Corey, yeah, it is a volunteer. It's been a volunteer organization. It is at the core of why I believe we are successful. It's that there's no ulterior motives, there's no agendas. It's just we want to improve the conditions of the industry. We also want to help people succeed, because let's face it, if we're being successful individually, schools can change even when you do a good job simply because the administrator changes. That happens, guys. So what we want to do is make sure that whoever goes in has the wherewithal to be successful in the account while they have it. That's the most important piece, because if we crash and burn at a school at this stage in the challenge that we have technologically, a school could say, you know what, 86, we're buying our own systems to do X, Y, and Z. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if we don't do the job correctly, because we don't have the experience, it could present challenges to the next photographer.
That's correct. And listen, folks, you still have a chance to lock in the current price. The price does increase on January 3rd. So you want to make sure that you take this time over the holiday. The agenda is on the website. The list of exhibitors is on the website. If you have not made the decision and you're making that decision, check that out. The link for the hotel is on the website. And everybody who's already registered, it's now time to download the Whova app. Start putting together your personal agenda. You can save sessions to your calendar. That way it's all on your phone. It's not going to muck up your email or your text messages. Everything is happening in the app. And we do ask for RSVPs for the awards dinner because we have limited seating at that awards dinner. There are things going on, such as speakers who are currently running polls ahead of their session so that they can dial in the information you want. And of course, we've got the leaderboard contest where you get points for doing things in the app. We've got great prizes, and remember the passport contest with the grand prize being a Sony camera and kit. So this is where all of our announcements starting in January will happen, is on your phone, not really via email, because, well, we all get too many emails. So download the app. If you have any questions at any time, even during the holiday, you can always email me at spacgal@gmail.com. Might take me a day or two to catch up and get back to you, but I promise I will answer all of your questions as best as I can. Right,
and
Calvin?
now that we're at the end of the year and you guys should be projecting what your tax liabilities will be, it's a business write-off, 100%, folks. So join it. And the reality is you got to look at the gap. You know, we get concerns about the price has gone up. But the only concern that should be there is not that the price has gone up, it's what's the gap? How much more is it? If it started, and I'm not sure the numbers, but if it started at $399 and it's now $599, $699, it's a $200 or $300 difference. Is it really that significant? No, it's really not when you consider only the gap. If you're going, you're going. So, and I hope that makes sense to most of you. Anyway, Corey,
yes, I have one more reminder.
Good.
I tell everybody this: unless you gamble, okay, you're probably not going to need to touch your wallet once you get to SPAC. We feed you real food. A lot of our parties include drinks and food and snacks. You get a swag bag full of really good swag. We've got you covered. So again, unless you gamble, you probably won't touch your wallet.
Minimal.
And if you're looking for ride sharing, we have in the Whova app, there is a ride sharing. People are hooking up to share on Ubers and taxis.
All right. All right. Cora, is that it for today?
That's it for today. Let me thank all of my wonderful speakers. Mwah! I love you all.
Thank you,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, people. Have a wonderful week next week. We'll see you in. Are we doing Christmas between Christmas and New Year's, Cora? Or are we out for two?
We actually have an OPP dropping at the end of the month.
Okay, so we have one more. It's OPP, Old Pro Photographers. And then we'll be back during the first week of January to give you more information and to speak to some of our premium vendors, our vendors who help make this entire event possible. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you, you guys, for joining us and taking time out of your day to be a part of this presentation. Have a wonderful Christmas holiday, folks, and a happy New Year.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.